let us take up the theorem. Let f be a function from a to b and g be a function from b to c, h be a function from c to d. So we have taken three functions f, g and h. With three functions, we need to prove this composition relation. That means we need to prove composition satisfies associative property. We first note that both H composition G, composition F and H composition G composition F are functions from A to D. How it is? See here, if you write this H composition of F will be a function from A to D, because if you apply F on A, if you apply F on A, you will get B. You will get B. Then if you apply G on B, if you apply G on B, you will get C. You will get C. Then if you apply H on C, if you apply H on C, if you apply H on C, you are going to get D. So this is that's why this composition is a function from A to D. So this is what in this line we are saying. Now, for any x belongs to A, let us take one element x in this set A and apply this composition on this element. Let us apply this composition on this element which is in A. See, we are applying this composition on the element x. Now what happens here? We write this composition as it is and we remove this and we apply this function f on x. Let us apply f on x. Yeah, we have removed this composition and we have enclosed in bracket and applied f on x. But what is f of x? F of x, let us take this f of x as y, where y is some function x. We are denoting f of x as y. Now let us apply this g on y now. Let us apply g on y, h as it is, and apply g on y. Open the bracket, apply g on y. And let us consider this as z. Let us consider h as it is. We are considering this as z and call this as equation number 1. So we found the LHS. We found the LHS is h of z. LHS is h of z. Similarly, we prove this RHS is also h of z. RHS is also h of z. We will prove now. And now consider the RHS. We are considering the RHS and applying on the element x. Now we remove this composition and we apply this on x, because this is associated. This is associated. Since it is associated, let us apply this on x. H as it is, open the bracket and apply this on x. See, we have applied this on x. Then what we do, as usual, we remove this and apply f on x. What happens? H as it is, g as it is, and then f of x. As usual, we have considered f of x as y. Let us take in this place y now. Yeah, g as it is, and in this place f of x we have taken y. And now what is the g of y we have taken in the previous slide? Z. So let us take this as h of z. Call it as equation 2. From equation 1 and 2, the RHS of 2 is same as RHS of 1. Therefore, LHS of 2 must be same as LHS of 1. We say from 1 and 2, what happens? This LHS, this is equal to this. For every x belongs to A. In general, we have proved for any x. So it happens for every x. Therefore, this function is same as this function, we can say. Therefore, this composition function is same as this composition function. So it satisfies associative property. Now let us take three functions f, g, h, be functions from z to z defined by f of x is equal to x minus 1 and g of x is equal to 3x and h of x is equal to this. The question is determine this composition on x and this composition on x. After finding these two values, we need to verify that these two functions remain the same. We need to verify this. Given, what is given? F of x. F of x is x minus 1, g of x is 3x and h of x is this. Now let us compute one by one now. These two will compute now. Consider f composition. We are finding this value. Let us find out this. Now what happens? Since these two are associated, we have to apply this on x and remove this composition. Yes, f of, we have applied this on x. Then in the next step what we do? We remove this composition and we apply h on x. Let us apply f g of h of x. G of h of x. Since h of x is a somewhat complicated function, since h of x is not so simple, let us apply g on h first. Considering this as an element, let us not substitute h of x as this now. Considering this as one element, h of x as one element, let us apply g on this element. What is g? Let us see. We are applying f as it is. Let us apply g on this element. We consider this as one element. What is g? G says g of any element. G of any element is 3 into this element. 3 into this element. So if you apply g on this element, that is h of x. So the element is h of x now. The element is h of x. What happens? If you apply this definition, this is 3 into the element 3 h of x. So g of h of x is 3 times h of x. We are going to write here. Now let us apply f on this element. Now we consider this as one element and apply f on this. But what is f? Let us see. The f of any element is element minus 1. Element minus 1. Now if you apply f on this element, 3h of x, this is now element. What do you get? Element minus 1. Element is this. Element minus 1. Now let us take this here. F of element is element minus 1. We have taken this here. Now let us substitute what is h of x now. Finally, we have taken 3 as it is. H of x will write here. Minus 1 we have written. What is h of x now? H of x says the value is 0 if x is even and the value is 1 if x is odd. We have just substituted the function here, which is given in the question. Now let us multiply this 3 inside here and here. If you multiply this 3 inside here, 3 zeros are 0, 3 ones are 3. Everything is same. Minus 1. Now let us subtract 0 minus 1, then 3 minus 1. Let us see what we get. So what is 0 minus 1? It is minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. This remains the same. So our this composition is this answer. Let us call this as equation number 1. Now let us go in the other way. Now consider the other way. F composition G, composition H of X. Now first of all we remove this composition and we apply H on this X. We have done that. Then in the next step we remove this composition, we apply G on H of X. F as it is, G of H of X. Now again G of an element is 3 times an element. Yeah, G of an element is 3 times an element. So G of this element is 3 times H of X. Now what is F of an element? F of an element is element minus 1. So F of an element is element minus 1, which is given in the question. Let us use here. There is element minus 1. We have applied this definition. See, element minus 1. Here the element is 3h of x. Now let us substitute what is h of x. H of x, if you substitute and simplify, you will get the same thing. If you substitute the value of h of x as we did in the first case and simplify, you will get the same thing. Call it as equation number 2. If you compare 1 and 2, the RHS is same. The RHS of 1 and 2 are both are the same. If you see, let us see what is the 1. This was equation 1. This equation is same as equation number 2. What we have got here. See here, this. So therefore LHS of 1 and LHS of 2 are the same. From 1 and 2, these two are same. So we found separately these terms and we verified that this is happening. What do you mean by invertible functions? Invertible functions. A function f from a to b is said to be invertible if there exists a function g from b to a. It is from a to b. Suppose you have two functions, two sets, call it as a, call it as b, and suppose you have a function f from a to b, a to b. Now this function is said to be invertible. Invertible if there exists a function from b to a. If there exists a function from b to a such that if you take the composition of f and g, suppose this is your g, if you take the composition of f and g, g composition f, you should get a identity mapping, identity function on a. Why function on a? F will take a to b, then again g will take b to a. So finally it is a to a only. See, going, coming. So it is a to a itself. So that's why we are calling it as identity function on a. If you go first, if you consider first g will be from b to a. Then again f will be from A to B. So it is B to B. B to B. So if you take composition of this form, it is identity mapping on B. If such a function exists satisfying these two, such that the composition is taking identity mapping, then this function is said to be invertible. Invertible. Okay, IA is the identity function on A and IB is the identity function on B. Then G is called, see this function G is called inverse of F. This function G is called inverse of F. Why? If you take the composition, you are getting identity function. So therefore, this is the inverse of F. G is the inverse of F. We can write G as F inverse. We can write G as F inverse because G is the inverse of F. See, like this. Let's take one example. Consider the function from f from R to R defined by f of x is equal to 2x plus 5. Let a function g from R to R be defined by this. So we have two functions, f is this function and g is this function. What they are asking us to prove that g is an inverse of f. We need to prove g is an inverse of f. That means we need to prove G composition F is IR and F composition G is also IR. We need to prove this. Then G becomes an inverse of F. To prove G is an inverse of F, that is to prove, see, we have written G composition F should be identity function on R. Because our functions are R only. So it will be an identity function on set of real numbers. F composition G should also be IR. We need to prove these two, which we have noted down here. Now for any x belongs to R, let us consider the first one. We have considered first one. Now to prove this, that is nothing but F composition F. If you apply on X, if you apply this composition on X, if you are getting back the same element as the image, then such a function is called as identity function. Now let us apply this composition on X and get back our X. That will prove it is identity function on R. Let us do that. So what we have done, we have removed this composition and we have applied F inside. But what is the F of X? F of X is 2x plus 5. Let us take 2x plus 5 in this place now. Here G as it is, F of X is this. Now let us apply this function G on this element. G of n element. What is G of n element? G of n element is 1 by 2 into element minus 5. But what is the element now? Element is this. So how do we write? 1 by 2 into element. Element is this full element we have written, then minus 5. We will write minus 5. So this is our element now. We have written, that is half element minus 5. Right. Now what happens? Plus 5 minus 5 will get cancelled. Then 2, this 2 will get cancelled. You will get just x. Yes, we have proved this. See, we have proved G composition F of X is x back. So image of an element is itself under the function this. So therefore this is identity function on R. So we say this is IR. Now let us go in the other way. F composition G on X, and we prove this is also X finally. Let us prove that. Yeah, let us apply this G and remove composition. Let us apply G on X, which gives F 1 by 2 into element minus 5. So we have applied the function G on X, which says this in the question. Now let us apply F on this element. Now we consider this as one element and we apply F on this. What it becomes? 2 into element plus 5. That is 2 into element plus 5. What is element? Element is this. Let us substitute this element here. Now what happens? This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled, and this minus 5 plus 5 will get cancelled. So what you get is just X. So we have proved that image of this element under this function is also X. So this is your IR again. This is your IR again. See, we have written. Hence G is an inverse of F. So we have proved that G is an inverse of F.